Hello.
I didn't check
Uh-oh.
my own audio.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hello. Welcome. I'm your host. I'll fix our misaligned faces in a second.
Are we misaligned?
Yep, there we go. Now we're not misaligned.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there we
real.
are.
It's real subtle. Hold on, I gotta do my thing. Otherwise, I can't see myself. I'll move all choppy. Anyway, hello everybody. Oh, I'm still choppy. That's fine. I'll just be choppy the whole time. It's not choppy on the stream. It's fine. It's like a rendering issue with Discord. As much as I love Discord sometimes just breaks.
Oh yeah, all the time.
It do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that all the times. Hello, YouTube and not YouTube, Twitch. I'm LQDoes. I'm your host today. You can find me at /LQDoes on Twitch and some weird garbage letter or number combination on YouTube. Because I don't have enough people to make my own tag, because Twitch is bad about that, or YouTube is bad about that. But anyway, if you want to find me, you'll come join our Discord, and then you can find my Discord, and then you can find that link, or I'll put it somewhere on our Discord, or our joint Discord.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
It's somewhere. You could also just type in LQ space does into the search bar, and I should be the top result because I did that to myself yesterday. Anyway, that's who I am. Who are you?
I am Marcus, also known as King of Blades and Matey, also known as www.twitch.tv/King of Blades and Matey. That's my full name. Don't dox me. I'm a variety streamer. Just coming back from a 2-week long break just because I had finals, which happy to say I got an A in both classes I took this semester, so that's good.
Congrats.
Oh, where? Let's go.
And yeah. The gentleman at the bottom.
Oh, that me. Hold on. It's your boy Researcher Ryan, aka Professor Saccharum, aka definitely call me Researcher Ryan. Hi. I'm a Pokemon and variety streamer and YouTuber on twitch.tv/Researcher Ryan and Researcher_Ryan. And then it should be youtube.com /Researcher Ryan now as well. So you should be able to find me there as well. I do lots of Pokemon content. I've been shiny hunting recently, doing playthroughs, and then doing a variety of other stuff like play Sea of Thieves if I feel like it, and I can. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what I do and my expertise here.
Well, nice. Nice to know that we all have expertise here. I didn't mention it, but like these other fine gentlemen, I am a variety streamer. I like doing weird things on Wednesdays, which might be the longer form of Wacky Wednesdays that I might go with from now on. Also, hello chat. How are we all doing?
Hello, Tinnit.
Ticknit. Tink.
They're like Tinkerbell, but like
I was
is a palindrome, yeah.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, because you're watching it recorded and not live, and you could be watching it live on Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Plug like 7 minutes into like actual opening? Let's go.
Yo! Check it.
Know what's going on.
It's never too late for a plug.
It's never too early for a plug.
By the way, this stream is
just
brought
get
to you
here
by
at
Raid
6
Shadow
o'clock.
Legends.
Yeah, Raid Shadow Legends. No, that stream is not actually not. But Raid, if you're interested, reach out. You'll have to pay us like 5 times the amount though, because there's 5 of us.
Yeah. We'll each play it though, so
yeah, we'll each play it, so it's fine. Topics for today. We're going to talk a little bit about content we intend to make, or content we want to make but don't have X resource for, and then we're gonna kind of turn tail a little bit and talk about some design stuff, and then we'll end with a recap, which I've been told I need to do. So
yeah, it's your turn. So
I'm still the host, so it's really why would
It's
the
easier
host
for
have to
you.
do it? Why should that's not easier for me? I don't fucking remember anything. Let's be real. I don't even remember what I had for lunch.
Was it Hungry Hungry Hippos?
Man,
That's not a food.
What?
I can't wait
was
till I'm
lied to.
80.
But anyway, and then we'll talk about what's going on next week because we already know the topic for next week, which I'm super stoked for. It's kind of a continuation of the end of this week, but we'll talk about some thumbnail design at the end of second half of the podcast, and then we'll talk about
Yes.
Yeah.
and then and then we'll get other stuff, and then we'll do goodbyes and like cry a little bit inside. It'll be great. But like only for like a week, kind of, because like there's still content coming out throughout the week, and we'll get to that. We'll get to all of that. Let's start with Ryan.
Yo.
What kind of content do you want to make, or can, or have planned coming out?
So like
either
content
on one or on yourself.
Okay, so at least on myself. Because one up stuff is I always like to think of I want to do more collaborative work on one up rather than something individually. But as for myself, there's a lot of different types of content that I want to make, especially for like YouTube. Whether it be like highlight reels, like of things that have happened during my stream, like which would be good for me there. But like going to as far and beyond as the thing that I started YouTube with, which was my Pokeology series. And Pokeology is a series where I go through like a biological analysis of Pokemon and kind of break that down. The dream goal, which I definitely do not have the budget or time to do, would be to make it as if you were like, if it was like I was like Crocodile Hunter or like Steve Irwin or whomever, any of those wildlife people, just like go and out in the wilderness, and I'm like there with like a camera crew or whatever, tracking a Pokemon down in real life.
Oh, crikey, we got
that'd be sick.
We got the Marcus M80 in his natural habitat.
Yeah,
King of Blades.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Let's watch him and see what he'll do.
Think he's gonna rub his chin. Look, he did it!
Oh, he did it!
That's amazing! Aren't they amazing? They're so beautiful. But no, I've always wanted. I've had a fantasy to do that for a very long time now because I thought it would be like super cool to see. And I wanted to initially try to do it before like the Detective Pikachu movie came out because it would have been really cool to see Pokemon in live action. And then like now with Pokemon Snap, like new Pokemon Snap, like we get to see in HD like what Pokemon are working like in their natural environment or whatever, which is pretty cool too. So that's something that I want to do along the lines of also like top 10s, different Nuzlockes and things like that. But I think primarily keep my YouTube channel like Pokemon related.
Yeah, that Crocodile Hunter thing, like that sounds super fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I would love to help you with that. That sounds fucking amazing. I mean, I also know we don't have the time for it, but like,
the problem is the budget. You need 3D artists and like a real understanding of how to film that. If I learned, like, if I really could crack down and learn like 3D modeling, I could probably get away with doing it. But I honestly don't. I'm not the best character artist out there. Nor am I the best 3D artist because I don't know how to do 3D. I just do graphic overlays for my job, and that's the best I can do. As of right now, I'm working on stuff continually, so that would be really fun to work on, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, that sounds great. I love the ideas of like, I like top 10 videos and like highlight videos. I really do enjoy them. I think they're really good for like streamers to kind of do, just because you know, I'm saying it, but it's something I don't do. But it's really good for like streamers because it helps bring people who wouldn't normally see your content while not having to like edit down a whole video.
Right.
Oh well, here like. Yeah, you technically are editing down all of your videos, but you're taking funny bits from each one of them, stringing them together, which is a lot easier than like taking a 2-hour content and cutting out all the dead air.
Oh yeah,
very different types of editing. different
Yes.
types of video.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marcus, you got anything slated you want to talk about? You have?
In terms of like Twitch related stuff, I am working on like a highlight reel. I've already made like a YouTube channel just specifically dedicated towards Twitch, which I plan to upload stuff on. But aside of that, like, got like my ultimate goal is just to become a filmmaker, which is the reason why I'm back in college, just getting my general education degree out of the way, just so I can solely focus on film once I transfer out of community college. So that way I don't have to put up with all the boring classes. If I could right now, and if I really wanted to, I would most certainly like make some of the projects I've been thinking about for like a good while.
Yeah, I froze for a second on my screen.
Oh.
Well, I thought you guys were just gonna break.
Am I back now, or is that?
Yeah, you're back. He's just hearing something right now.
There's like really loud geese outside of my
Really loud
We can't
geese.
hear them.
I realized that as soon as I started going like this, and you're like, you guys still looking around for something. And it's like, yeah, there's like monsters, geese outside. Anyway,
It's Untitled Goose Game too. They're doing it live.
yeah, goose duck.
Yeah, a goose duck.
I'm gonna derail for a second. Anyone who's watching at any point in time in history, look up Goose Duck. Great game. It's a significantly better version of them.
Yeah. It's an Among Us clone that somehow outdid Among Us.
Really?
In some respects.
It's so good. And it's free.
It's free. Early access right now on Steam.
Access.
Mm-hmm.
So like any of the problems you see, report them as bugs, and they'll probably end up fixing them.
Yeah, they seem like they're really on it.
They really do seem like they're. Anyway.
I'll put that on my list right now, actually.
Marcus, that's great. I love hearing the fact that you are at least prepping to start your own YouTube stuff. That jazz, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot different from like. I think me and Ryan both started on YouTube.
Yeah, I'd say so. I know I did, and I think you did too.
Yeah, I did YouTube really well for a really long time and got absolutely nowhere.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, so did I too. I mean, I started out when I was like 15 editing like AMVs at the time.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. We actually
that's nice.
Yeah, it was just a good way to get me into getting used to editing softwares and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the whole like process of figuring out like what software will work best for you. Because some of them are better than others, but it's always ultimately whichever one you're most comfortable in. Right. And will produce like the highest quality video at the end of the day.
Otherwise, what does everyone use here, by the way, in terms of editing softwares?
I'm an Adobe guy myself.
I have Adobe, and I would love to switch, but I don't pay for my Adobe, so I won't switch.
Yeah, because I can't afford Adobe. Like
DaVinci Resolve. You should use DaVinci.
Yeah, I should just like either pirate it or something.
DaVinci Resolve is free.
Sweet. I think I'll have to go with that. I've just been working on like Sony Vegas stuff.
Yeah.
Sony Vegas was what I used for a long time, and it does work. It does what it needs to do, which is really good. When you switch over to a different editor, it does feel very different because there's stuff that's really intuitive in Vegas that just doesn't exist in a lot of other editors.
Yeah, like I was trying Pinnacle for a while, and I just like,
Yeah, so
it's not great.
So DaVinci Resolve has worked a lot towards making their experience similar to Adobe experience.
Mm-hmm.
And because they used to be really well known in the industry for color grading, but they've really kind of dipped their toes into the actual editing portion of that area now as well. So like what the workflow used to be is, right, you would have somebody put all of the importing clips into a bin, and that bin to an editor. That editor would string them all together. From there, they would take all of those clips and send them to DaVinci Resolve to do color grading, back to Premiere to get edited back down, and to After Effects to get some stuff, and then back to Premiere finalization, and then audio would be done somewhere else, and then everything would be exported into Magic.
God, you're saying all of this, and I know exactly
I
what you're
was
talking
like-
about because we do it, but we use Avid at my job, and Avid is just annoying. I can't understand Avid to save my life, even though it is technically easier. I'm just like, this makes no sense to me at all.
And then it gets sent to the render queue, and then you don't have to do anything. But
It takes like 10 days to render.
Oh my
what's
gosh.
really good about most of
Exaggerating.
that is that Adobe is all interconnected. So Adobe,
Yes.
all of Adobe stuff is like, you want to send it to Photoshop or you want to send it to After Effects, just hit like one button and we'll send the whole thing to After Effects. It's fine.
Yep.
You want to send everything to the render queue? Fine. Click one button. We'll send it all to the render queue. Like it like all kind of like works together. But the problem with Adobe is that it costs way too much fucking money.
Yep.
It will cost way too much money for small creators. It does not cost enough money for high-end.
Yep.
Man.
It's kind of the threat.
Yeah. And on top of that too, like those features that you were talking about where it's like you send it to this thing, you send it to this thing, don't always work in the best way, and sometimes they just don't work at all.
Yeah.
So like you'll figure, like I tried to do stuff like by sending stuff into After Effects, and it's like, cool, I sent it into After Effects, but what you do, like what you're able to do within After Effects after that is very minimal. Because once everything, it doesn't really want to add too much extra to that link file. At least the last time I tried it. I haven't really tried it much since then, but I know it was giving me issues because I wasn't able to get the pre-comps to like work.
And sometimes
proper.
it just doesn't work. And that's a part of the Adobe right now, right? Adobe has realized that they're industry standard, and instead of improving, they've just settled.
Oh man, that's the worst.
So hopefully, they can get kicked in the ass.
Yeah.
And, start really to make actual life improvement.
Yeah. So I will admit there are things that are being added to like Photoshop and to After Effects that are like giant lifesavers. Like RotoBrush 2 in After Effects is amazing for what it does. It uses some level of AI to help calculate rotoscoping, which for those who don't know what rotoscoping is, essentially if I wanted to remove LQ, if he was like moving around a little bit and I wanted to remove him from the background and put him elsewhere, instead of like if he's in this kind of background, or even in Marcus's, if it's harder to do a chroma key because there's not one specific color.
Oh my god!
I would make a mask instead with the roto brush, and it would basically paint him out.
That sounds fucking amazing. You have no idea how much of a pain in the ass chroma key is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, chroma key only works if you're ever using a green screen or a blue screen.
Yeah, or at the very least, like a solid like background.
A solid
like,
color, and you're different enough contrast from it.
As long as there's not any form of red. As soon as it's any form of red, it takes all the color out of your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your skin naturally emits red and orange.
Red.
Colors.
Yep.
Oh, that sounds fucking amazing.
So like that's there. They have like content aware fill, like in a lot of stuff, which is great. It works really well. As long as you like work it proper and know how to use it.
Slightly sidebar from what you just said. The whole like chroma key magic thing. So you know how like Zoom and all those web apps like have that where you cut out the background without having to
especially on TikTok.
You can now do that with our RTX card. RTX graphic card. It'll do it
really?
in OBS. It's not the best, but you also have to have an RTX graphic.
An
RTX on it, which is few and far between right now because of all the goddamn miners.
Yeah.
And not miners
Hopefully
like
that ends
16-year-olds. Miner like Bitcoin.
Crypto
miners.
Yeah.
Because fuck them.
Hey, they're making money. I can't blame them though.
That's true. They are. Me. I'm making content soon-ish, hopefully. So my plan is to have a backlog of content before uploading content. What I've started to do is on Wednesdays for my streams, I'm going to do pure content streams. So I'll have like maybe 20 minutes to a half hour of like just chatting, and then go into content, and then like 10-15 minutes at the end and be like, thanks guys, and like in between the breaks of like what I might think of as an episode or a spot where I think I could stop playing the game and talk to chat, I'll do that. And I intend to play wacky games, like games that like indie games or like really like one-off-ish games or two-off games for videos. And I tend to cut them down and release them on a two-week schedule. 2 episodes a week. That's why I want to have a backlog, so in case I end up with something with one game, I don't have to like take a video and cut it in half because
Yeah.
I would like to get like a 2 weeks backlog before I really start doing stuff.
The key to making YouTube in general is just having a backlog. Because if you want to produce content the way that YouTube wants you to produce content, it's impossible to just sit down and record every single day, make sure you edit and perfectly get it, and so it's ready for upload that day. It's impossible to keep up like that unless even if you're doing it full time. So people will make their videos weeks in advance and they'll post them up. There's I give a lot of props to the people that do it same day. I am not one of those people that is capable of doing it same day.
Yeah, and when you do it same day,
oh god,
you
no.
can tell. So like, I used to do a lot of same day content 5-6 years ago. I mean, you could tell. You could tell like I woke up that morning, I recorded it, and then I spent all afternoon to get it up for TikTok. Because you could tell it was rushed. It was never like thought out. It was just kind of like
the cuts aren't clean and there's stuff that's missing, or like you'll see it and it's just like very low effort, like minimal editing, which is fine. Like the videos work. Like people that do like daily news, like daily news updates, whether it's in trending stuff on Twitter or like gaming news or whatever on the daily, that should be low edited content. Like it should be really easy. I don't expect a lot from it, like visually. I just need the news and that's it.
Yeah, or could just do one of those like bastarding reaction videos.
Right. Yeah, the new
Uh,
Smash Brothers character gets announced, and then everybody's got their stream up. They're all streaming the whole direct, and then they put up the clip of them reacting to the character reveal.
Like, the thumbnail of their face, like
there's like,
and then it's the friggin' like cutout of the character.
It's
like,
a silhouette, but it's
sometimes
like
they're silhouetted. Sometimes they're like half baked, and you're like, well, okay. Oh my god, I can't believe they announced this person. And then
yeah.
I got
really funny.
That. And then like the first 40 seconds of the video is like, hey guys, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare. And you're like, great, skip. Oh yeah, there's a new character, cool. Why am I watching this person? What am I doing here? Why is it 4 a.m.?
Oh yeah, so guys, now it's for Smash. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe.
God, that's
it's like I could do the same thing if I was just like reading like an article or something. Unless if they were given their own specific hot take on it.
No,
which almost is never the case.
No one ever gives their
There are
take
really
on
good
it.
reactors though out there, like
There
the people that
good
freak out, they scream, they're like chewing on their pillow, or they like flip out of their chair because they're so like shocked about it.
Yeah.
Which some of it might be staged, but the like the part of it that the magic part of it is like, okay, if that's their genuine reaction to it, I'm genuinely happy about this.
That's your genuine reaction. I'm in.
I'm in because it's just funny to see.
And
makes you laugh.
then there are the reaction videos of the people who like it's a big deal for, like content creators you watch, and you're like, this is a really big deal for this person because all their content is around this.
Yeah.
The first thing that always comes to mind is when Ross had the announcement of Mario Maker 2, and he like just they said it, and then the next 40 minutes was him talking about everything he wanted to do.
Oh man, yeah.
And like when they go back in and dissect the whole trailer, that's my favorite thing about stuff like that too. Is like little analysis videos. Is just like dissecting a trailer. Which is why I was really big into Game Explain back in the day.
I like the dissecting of like trailers now.
Oh yeah, it gets crazy now.
And it's like, guys, there's 400 Easter eggs in this 40-second trailer, and it's like, dude, I can't. Like my brain's gonna explode.
It's like, wait, this trailer went up 10 minutes ago. How did you manage to pull this video together?
Although some of them can be clickbait, like what's that one channel? Fucking Screen Rant, the one that always has that like stupid ass arrow and that circle in the thumbnails.
Well, Screen Rant is just known for clickbait.
Yeah.
Like
just
anytime there's a Screen Rant video where it's like 15 things you didn't know from this famous franchise, I'm like, I guarantee you, I A, either knew them, or B, they're not real.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I watch it anyway because I'm like, how much do I actually know?
it's like
Damn, you got me again.
It's like, wow, the Mandalorian, the new season, they have a character called Boba Fett who is from Star Wars Episode 6. I'm like, you fucking knobheads.
It's like, yeah,
I already knew that.
Of course.
It's like, what do you mean I didn't know that? Yeah, if I was 6.
If I was just born yesterday, I probably wouldn't know.
If I was a child. All right, I love this conversation, and we could go on for the next 4 hours talking about random YouTube videos we saw.
Yeah, well, we talked about thumbnails a little bit, right? For a sec.
Yeah.
You know, just like clickbaits. That's our transition in.
Which was a nice little segue.
Yeah, it's a nice little segue into the actual next part of the content, which requires me to do so many things. Actually, it requires me to do this first. Hold on. You guys are seeing this live. Oh no. We're gonna start with our own thumbnail. Exactly how I'm gonna. Just give me. I actually also need to do a thing.
Oh, I just got squished a little bit.
Hey, I recognize this.
Hey.
Yeah, there we go. Let's do that, and then I gotta go back over here really quick, and we're gonna transition. Oh, I did the train transition. Hey, train transition. Boom. The only other thing I really want to cut out the titles of what I save these as. So hold on.
Oh no.
Do it as a slideshow.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna keep going. Can I pause?
Oh no. Can you pause it?
I think I can. I hit pause. I hit the space bar.
Okay.
All right. But I can't see anybody anymore. Like, I can't see chat. But that's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
You guys tell me if chat's.
I was gonna say, yeah, I have chat up. I mean,
oh god.
Actually, that's a good point. I don't have it on YouTube either. Hold on. Wait.
Just let me know if anything is broken. It's really the problem.
No, I think everything's fine right now.
Yeah. So this was our best video from all of our videos minus like 1 or 2 videos that don't count.
Okay.
Like an intro video we had and like podcast we had. Like, I don't count the podcasts because podcasts are meant to be seen by their views count differently. And the intro video,
right?
It was the intro video. Was the first video we ever put, so it doesn't count. It also had a really shitty thumbnail. So. But I like this thumbnail, right?
Yeah, it's a good thumbnail.
So thumbnails really need to do one of 2 things. Two of 2 things, right? In my opinion, thumbnails really need to either tell a story or let you know what's happening in that episode.
Yeah.
Without having to like, if you have to read a description, fine. So some people believe that thumbnails, that your titles are the titles for your thumbnails. That makes sense. So you're naming you're labeling your thumbnail with your title of your video. And I like to believe it the other way around, where your thumbnail is an extension of your title.
So something like this, yeah, you can already see, like, there's already like a screenshot of Takes-Two, plus you got the emote icons for both you and Ryan, and then you got the number 1 signifying that it's part of a series.
Right.
That's pretty much like all you need, really.
But that exactly what it is, right? A person looking for this content, or looking for It Takes Two, will find it because It Takes Two is like a major thing. But also, like, they know, like, you can tell exactly what's happening in this first episode. In this first episode, we get to at least this point.
Yep.
And if you know the content, then that's great. If you don't know the content, it gives you like a nice little, like, wait, they turned into dolls? Or they turned into figurines or something? And
it's like what's happening in this scene, right?
Right. Like, but for anyone who's seen it, they know, like, oh yeah, they got to the main crux of the story. They got through all the cutscenes, and now they're into like actiony stuff of the game.
Yeah.
And like Marcus just said, we have our logos or our faces or our whatever's. So
So you know who's playing it.
right?
Yeah.
Because on my YouTube persona, I don't typically use my face. I didn't for a really long time. So it's probably better on my YouTube persona to have my little guy. Because
Yeah.
that's how people know me on YouTube. Ryan's also just looks like him, so like we could swap out that in Ryan and it'd be fine.
Yeah, it would work out the same.
But yeah, but like basically,
Yeah.
like I think it tells a nice story. I think it does a nice thing.
Yeah, I think it does what it needs to do. I just don't. There's certain. So as the person who made this thumbnail, there's a lot of like design elements that I don't really care for about it. Like it, like kind of looks. It's very basic, and there's stuff about it that I'm like not sure works.
Yeah,
and I'm still working on figuring it out as we go. And you'd look at later thumbnails in this series, you see I do try to play with stuff a little bit more. So like, I'm not a huge fan, and I made this choice, and it was one that was because we had to get it done for like that day. And I was like, I got to come up with a design scheme for this our series and our channel thumbnails. And I went with this like checker purple background stripy thing.
Yeah, you don't like it.
Yeah. And I don't really like it. No.
Yeah.
I think it could work differently. If the squares were maybe bigger, or like it was actually part of an actual design background, like that was aesthetic to the channel, I think it would work significantly more.
I agree. But that's like
but in that point, I would. Yeah, that's like this is critiquing it, and I want to critique it because I think it's important that we look at it and just because it's ours and say here's what doesn't work with it too.
Yes, I 100%.
So like right now we have our channel colors right now, which are blue and green, purple and green, as like the big things right here. Ideally, I would change it so that the little stripy panel or whatever is the only thing that it has our channel colors in it. And I would change the color of the number to be probably white with a black outline, with the gradient over it. And I probably would actually omit the ampersand, or the pound symbol, from it.
Sign?
Yeah, the hashtag, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. You said every one of those are correct.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I omit that and then probably just go with the numbers from there on out. Because I feel like that would look a lot cleaner. Right now, it just looks. There's stuff about it that I'm not super sure on, but we also don't have a true visual. We have a slight visual identity for 1UP, but I feel like we haven't fully solidified what 1UP looks like yet. And once we do, everything on the channel is going to start reflecting that. And that's just something that we have to sit down and go through still, and figure it out. We're trying to figure out our identity on the internet, what we're doing.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
All right,
it'll be good once it's all done, though.
Let's move on to the next one, which you've seen a couple of times now.
Yeah, because it's peaked up.
Should it go to the next one? Let's see. Cool, we're good.
Yeah.
So this is a real thumbnail.
Yeah.
This is not like an image I found.
Right.
So obviously, right, something is going on in Minecraft, but like maybe not with stick figures, and they're fighting a giant Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, so what I can tell is happening here is you're fighting a like raid, right? They're fighting like doing a village raid.
Yeah, they're doing a village raid. I'm trying.
I don't know what the monster is though.
So I know.
Yeah, I know. It's like one of those things that come with like the villagers, but I forget the name.
Yeah, I forget the name.
So I know exactly what this is because I pulled it.
Right.
But
are those two stick figures? Are they like the stars of the channel that you pulled this from?
I'm gonna assume so. Yes.
I'll let you guys theorize a bit. So thematically, I kind of like it, right? Like it's very obvious. These people are fighting this thing. And I guess
story wise, I get it, and I like it.
This thing. It's very obviously not a series, right?
Yep.
At least from what we can read on the thumbnail, it's very obviously not a series. There's no numbers.
It's a highlight.
There's no highlight. There's right. It could be a highlight.
Yeah.
but
It's like a moment of like here's a moment or a part of the episode or something like that, or
right.
that they were doing for their video.
So this actually isn't from a gaming channel.
Really?
This is from an animation channel. This is the people who made Stick Fight, so like or Animator versus.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
yeah.
Guy. These are his Stick Fight guys who he like animates into like different worlds and has them fight different things.
Mm-hmm.
And this was his like thumbnail from like most.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But for his channel that works really well because his channel
Right.
is established. But am I cutting out in Discord again? I will.
A little bit
I
here
will
and there, but you're
fight
fine.
Discord, I will murder you.
Just a tad.
I just the way I've been fixing it is leaving the call and coming back in. Like, don't really want to do that right now because I'll
We can hear you.
I'll
It's every once in a
scream in the
while.
microphone. That's
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. Nope, I'm cutting out again. I'm gone. Hold on. I am gonna leave. I'll be back.
Empty space. No.
Oh God,
We are in the void.
I
To
was
start
gone
the
for
stream
so-
again.
I was gone for so long.
Been
Where
like a
was I?
year.
Oh, there we are.
Where was I?
I don't know. I was scared. It was a big empty void full with stars, and for some reason, outer space was purple.
That one, full screen, and then I need to get it again. God, man, slideshow.
Slideshow. Let's go.
Okay, sorry. Hopefully that.
Okay, so
fixes
this
my
is
Discord
from
issues.
Stick Fight.
Yeah, that series of stuff. But
Yeah.
it works really well for like this person. But it's like this is the story. The story is that these guys who fight in all the different fight all the different things have now have jumped into Minecraft and Minecraft. But like so design wise, right? It has a very good like readability for like what the story is going to be.
Right. Yeah. Arguably, there's a couple of factors in this that for readability, I would say it needs some help in. Because because I don't know the creators of the channel. If I'm going to this, if I'm looking at thumbnails and this is the first thing that shows up, I just think it's a Minecraft video, which is fine. And it's mainly because the thumbnail is going to be so small. I'm not going to see the blue and yellow characters.
Yeah.
They need something to yellow characters pop out just a little bit more. Even something as small as a drop shadow, which it looks like they might have done for the yellow guy. Just behind the head, but I can't really tell.
No, they didn't. His
But
head is
there needs to be
actually
something that makes it stand out to be like, hey, these are important notes on here. From a design aspect and the composition, though, it fits the. I don't know if too many people know this or have heard about the golden ratio, but the golden ratio is used in art a lot, and it actually looks like it fits the golden ratio kind of perfectly. If you take the and especially in the rule of thirds. In the top right third, you have the monster, and it kind of like spirals a little, like from the back of the head over to the bottom villager crawling to where the stick figures are, and it kind of like spirals into where the dude is like flying a little. So it kind of like does a nice like little has a nice like golden appeal to it in my opinion.
No, you're right.
Plays with that.
Thirds, which is something that this particular creator probably would follow.
As an artist, yeah.
Because he's an artist.
No.
Issues. Camera issues on my end, not yours.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. We got so many of these. Let's move on.
Marcus, do you have any thoughts on this before we go?
I think it would. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it would stand out more if like we got an angle of whatever this creature is from the front, with the stick figures kind of like in the foreground, because you would get like the recognizability of like the monster from Minecraft, but also the stars, the channel.
I agree.
I could see that too. That'd be cool.
I think it's just like the angle in which like this thumbnail was shot in.
The angle is a little too sideways.
I mean, I get like why they went for it, just because they wanted to make the monster look intimidating, but like at the same time, it's like there's a bit too much going on visually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see if this is just a screenshot from the.
Yes, I'm also curious.
So yeah, that could be another thing too.
It could be that. I didn't check it.
Because I think most of the time their animation is just done on a 2D plane anyway. So I think that fits really well for like keeping it 2D. But I would love to see him play, or the artist play with perspective in like a 3D too, because I could totally see like the camera like pan back and like be behind the two, and they're like, oh no, like to like some degree.
Yeah.
And they still fight it anyway and kick its ass.
All right. Take a look at. Whoa. Okay, hold on. You know what? Everyone, just ignore the
Can you crop it?
names. I
Like
can
crop that
it.
source?
I could, but it's fine. I can crop the source. Y'all talk about this thumbnail.
Okay. I think this is really well done.
Yeah.
I know who this is by too. It's the Corridor crew. And they're all VFX artists and just artists in general in the media. So you get everything that you need to know from this thumbnail, right? You get the name of the series, Animators React, the logo of the group on the left, the faces of the people who are reacting, albeit with like anime uwu eyes, which fits in the theme of it. And then you have 3 anime that they're definitely, or 3 images from anime that they're reacting to, all outlined beautifully with their colors.
Yeah, it's pretty concise, all things considered.
Yeah, like I know what I'm getting into when I click this thumbnail. Like, I think that's the appeal of it. And there's like cool like plays of perspective with the shots that they chose.
Hold on. Hit a transition button and it made the whistle noise. Whoops.
You're good. Yeah, but they play with perspective a little bit here too, because they have the way they have I think that's Levy.
Yeah, it's Levy.
His blade is like pointed toward the camera. And so I think that plays cool, adds a little bit of extra depth in what otherwise might be a flat scene.
I want to take a quick second.
Yeah.
Talk about the fact that we hit on YouTube because we have follow bots that jumps in. Not on YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier.
Like,
yeah, you want to be famous?
Hey, do you want to be famous?
Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. This is from, they have a series called Anime React, and their numbering doesn't matter for this series. It's not a canonical series. You can watch any of them. But yeah, this is about them responding to animes, and you can tell that by the anime art, and also the 3 anime images showing in the thing. And they do a really good job of like their own branding, right? The brand is really simple, and they put a corner, and like anyone who watches this content immediately recognizes this content, and anyone who doesn't immediately will recognize the other 3.
The anime.
If they. But yeah, so there's 3 of these actually that I want to go through. Talk about all 3 of them kind of at once. So then there's this one, which is by the same people.
How hard could it be?
How hard could it be? Right. So this is from more of their like behind the scenes type of. And this thumbnail reflects that, right? Because if this thumbnail reflects it, because the other thumbnails don't. It's like the absence of conformity make this thumbnail conformed.
Yeah,
that makes sense. But it's also really good, right? Like, obviously, how hard could it be? He's doing something on a computer. He is not their like typical editor. He's in like a suit.
Yeah.
The picture itself is still telling that story of what's going on without like. I know exactly what I'm going to watch as soon as I click on this thumbnail. And then their last thumbnail I want to look at, and then we'll talk about all cohesively a unit of thumbnail. This one, which is their Attack on Titan thumbnail. The recent video project. But this thumbnail, or this type of video, is exclusively by Ren, which is the guy who's currently. And he has like his own type of. And it's the idea of like what is different between this one and this one, and this one that lets me know that this one is for Ren and this one is for their crew, and this one is for animation from watching all this stuff.
Right.
That kind of like interconnected thumbnail design, larger channels.
Right.
And it's like weird to like think about and see. But I also really like this one too, right? So like this thumbnail, like we said, thirds. It's got like the main subject is really big, and then like the small subject is smaller. You know what it's about? This video about Titans in real life.
Yeah,
it's pretty spelt out. Anything more than that, maybe you don't know exactly what they're going to do. But the in real life series that they have talks about the scale of things.
Yeah.
Which you would get after watching about the first 2 minutes.
Yeah. And even just knowing that after you saying that, you get that they're comparing the scale of something, right? Because we get to see the scale comparison already, right? With the Titan and the artist.
Right.
They're both right there. And then on top of that, even further, you see that we're in a city. So like you can imagine that he's probably not actually standing on a skyscraper, but it looks like he's standing on a really tall building. Probably this is him on like a backdrop, and that's like the side of the building that they're working on, and they cropped it out from the picture that he's in.
Something like that. I don't exactly know, but it's
yeah. But yeah, like this, you can get that right away that they're going about scale, like right away. And I think what this thumbnail does really well is perspective, and like depth of field. They have a lot of depth in this thumbnail.
Yeah, and juxtaposition.
Yeah, because you have the foreground that has the VFX artist and the ground that he's standing on. Right behind him is the Titan. Right behind that is the city skyline, and then behind that is the actual title. Because the skyscraper like cuts in front.
of it. Yeah.
So cuts in front of the title, which is really cool. It adds a lot there, and then you can tell it's connected to these guys not only because the yellow font, the yellow text that they chose, but because their logo is also on the lower left-hand side, which makes it not obscured by timestamps on YouTube.
Correct. And actually, if you look at that yellow logo,
it's right there the entire time.
Yeah.
That's part of their template.
It's part of their
looks
template.
like.
So something that they talk about in one of their videos, and it's from a while ago. It's really the only reason I got onto it. But when they have to do something that relates to horde or crew more than it relates to an individual person, like this type of video relates a lot to Ren. Ren is like the full producer on it, and he like, although it's made on the Corridor channel, it's not like a Corridor crew video. And
it's his video, yeah.
Where like this is a Corridor crew video, and what's weird about it is that you can tell that it's that because they include these yellow lines.
Yeah, I was gonna say the yellow banner, right? Like the little
yellow
stripe
banner, and you can see that in like this one. It's like, yeah, this is about the Corridor crew. It's not about.
But then Ren's has a different typeface, and it has no lines.
Banners. Yeah, so that's like thinking about like these guys have gone way above and beyond for this because they have to, because they're an actual production company. They do actual production things, but it's like important to like realize like yeah, if you're gonna have like a going series that doesn't have numbers on it, and you're gonna have multiple going series that kind of like interlace with each other, how do you make it so that everyone knows that even though that might not be this series, it's still this content?
Yeah.
And it's something good to think
Yeah.
about. But yeah, I think we could talk to death about these. I think I've made the point connected. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. This is a great thumbnail.
Yeah.
Thoughts on it? I know we keep saying that all these thumbnails are great. I actually don't even know if I really have a bad thumbnail. I'm sure I do.
Yeah, it's yeah. This one's pretty concise, I think, as well, because you got like the squirrel coming out of that one tube, and he's heading towards like another one.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I do
and
have
it's
some
Squirrel
bad
Maze
thumbnails for it,
2.0.
so
Yeah.
some thumbnails.
The hardest part about it is that it's the text is a little bland.
Yeah,
It does look like it kind of fades into the background a bit.
It's got one of those red arrows.
It's got the red arrow, very cliched, but like it's not the cool thing about the way they use the arrow here is that it's not pointing towards like the squirrel. It's pointing towards the direction in which the squirrel is going next.
Yes.
Because they put then all the focus on the squirrel and the direction. There's a line of action here, like, which is really important in art, right?
Yeah.
So that tube goes all the way from the left, comes forward, and then goes over to the right. And that's a really important line of action to see, because it's where our eyes are going to assume things happen anyway. So
yeah,
this is done well in some circumstances, and I feel like the text could just be a little bit better. It's actually not even necessary. The text isn't like really required.
I agree with you. Actually, the text probably isn't required, except for the fact that it's the second version.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So like the problem could be that the first version doesn't have text.
Yeah.
And then how do we distinguish from the first version and the second version? It's the same squirrel. So
yeah.
I don't know what video this is from. This is from Mark Roberts' Squirrel Maze 2.0. She did Squirrel Maze last year and this year.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think everything we said right. It tells a story. It's got like some nice like visuals. I understand what's going on in this thumbnail. Like I understand what's happening in this thumbnail.
Right.
By just looking at the thumbnail. And we're gonna get to some thumbnails where that doesn't work out. I do have some bad examples there's later in the batch. But yeah, so I think we can keep saying the same thing about all these thumbnails. So let's go talk about a thumbnail we haven't seen yet. Right, this is the type of thumbnail we really haven't seen. This is a person's face. Obviously, it's a reaction, right? Because this doctor is watching this other doctor-related show. What do you like? What do you don't like? What do you think works really well?
I think this one is pretty good too. It's a lot better than the last one. Just because the purple background makes the text pop out even more, and you got like the outline of the doctor like out in white, just to drive the point further that he's like more distinct than the purple background.
Yeah. I feel like I see what they wanted to do with like the design of certain things. First, I don't really like that the television monitor is there. It feels a little out of place. Like I get that's what he's reacting to, but
it's not
like
even a television monitor.
It's a computer monitor.
It's a computer monitor. Right? That's like not a TV stand.
Yeah.
Maybe you could get away with it being a TV stand, but like TV stands, like typically to my brain, they don't sit from the center; they sit from the sides.
Yeah, my TV sits from the center.
Does it?
I would say TV stand. Yeah, I have an Element TV, so yeah,
it sits from the sides, not from the center. And I
right, and you're right.
I've never had a computer monitor sit from the sides.
Right.
I've always had a computer monitor sit from the center. Anyway,
right.
Like that's nitpicky, but like.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like doesn't work there.
It's really reflective of how YouTube used to have thumbnails like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. And
yeah.
To be fair, this is an older thumbnail. It's like a half 2 years old.
Okay.
But it's still like that whole like just take the person, slap it in front of a color, put some words on the screen, and put like an image, and like it's like minimal effort comparatively to like
right,
something like this,
like this.
that.
Exactly.
This is a screenshot from the video, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like it's such a more minimal effort.
So this, so this also like when I said like they I see what they tried to go for. They have like a grungy background, right? The purple is like kind of grungy. It looks like it's like concrete or something. And I feel like they tried to find a font that looked like it was also concrete. But it doesn't like work because it doesn't match what they're trying to do. It's not just like destroyed or weathered as much as like what they look like. Or someone just took a paintbrush and did that boop 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 boop, and then it's done.
Yeah.
Where there are actual ways to make it look like it's destroyed in part of that concrete if they wanted to make that happen, which if they didn't want to make it like that happen, they didn't need to do a destroyed effect to the that Dr. Watches at all. They could have just added a drop shadow again and said Dr. Watches Royal Pains. People who know like this Dr. Watches series would know that it's called Dr. Watches with the yellow text. And that Royal Pains is the name of the show or commercial or whatever the hell that he's actually watching. And how he reacts to that.
If they really wanted to make it match the background, like background text, there's a way to do that in Photoshop.
Yeah, it's really easy. It's like you go into your blend modes and you do the like, there's like blend if like whatever, and it's like a color scale, and it's like a little black to white, and you take that and you can split like the arrows and like bring it. It takes 5 seconds to look up on a YouTube video. It's really easy. But something like that would go a long way. Like if they did that instead, but they opted to go in for
some like
this. Some type of font, or just putting a color like splotch layer over it.
So something
and it just doesn't match.
Something we haven't talked about, probably should have brought it, is also when we think about thumbnails, we need to think about them in scale that is, and I can't actually scale this, but a scale that is smaller. Right? So
exactly.
We're looking at them at huge scales, right? I've pulled them out from max res. But when you look at it, it really needs to be like this big. Actually, it's smaller. It's tiny, right? So
they're about as small as we are on our computer monitor now.
Yeah, exactly. You have to get as much detail as you can in there, that also. So thinking about that, like this hits that, right?
Right.
We know who the doctor is. We know what show they're doing. Cool. Right?
Yeah.
So the thumbnail might not be spectacular, but it doesn't necessarily need to be.
No.
Because it gets the point across to people who are scrolling through.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Let's move on. This is what hot garbage this thumbnail is.
I'm not.
Oh my god!
Wow, this is max res.
This is max res.
Wow.
Which to be fair works a lot better when not max res. Be
right
there. But
the only thing I get from this, honestly, first off, the crop job, the mask job that they did on Danny's hair is not super great.
No.
So this is from Game Grumps. It Takes Two.
Yes.
But I don't know which part of the episode it's from. I only know and can get context based off of the weapons that the characters are using. And that's it.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on in this episode. I know that they're shooting goo, and I know that they have their weapons.
That's basically it. That's no. But if you played the game, you know approximately where they might be.
Yeah, the first 4 hours.
Like in the second chapter. Like they're in the second chapter somewhere.
The longest second chapter known to man.
Yeah. So this thumbnail really is going to blend together with the others because they don't have it labeled. There's no joke written on it.
I actually think their next thumbnail is just the same image, but like.
Probably.
Yeah, we get you like getting splooched on.
Yeah, I watched it today. But I think it's the same video, the same thing. But like this, in my opinion, is a bad example of a thumbnail because like doesn't tell me anything that's really going on. I know the game, yeah, but and I know one of the faces of the people. That's really about it. Like the things that are done here to make it work are really not great. Like we have the character on the left fucking
Is like gross.
it's so bad. It's so bad because they wanted to make him stand out, but they kept hard edges, but they blurred him.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to blur him, you blur the edges too, so they're not a hard edge,
But
and
they
then you
added
can add a drop shadow on that.
But they added
Yeah.
a drop shadow behind him, which also like does it. It's just bad.
Yeah,
It doesn't tell me
it's
what's
weird.
going
Like, why put a shadow right there?
So it looks to me that they made a mask around that character, but they didn't realize that they can feather a mask within Photoshop. And if they added the feather when they blurred it, it would have made it look a lot better. And then they could have added a drop shadow on top of it or like behind it, and it would have looked like Chef's Kiss. It would have been fine. And like this white outline, first off, they just took the stroke effect on
It's
it.
100,
It's not
yes.
even like a good, well done stroke. It's just not great.
There's a lot of things wrong with this, right? One of the main things I like to talk about is like it doesn't tell me what's going on. Like, cool,
Yeah.
I can see it, and I understand that it's Game Grumps because that's Dan.
That's
But
Dan.
like, maybe it's not Game Grumps. Like, what if it's
Yeah,
like,
what if
Dead
somebody
and
was talking about Dan in some other video and they use this thumbnail? They can use that thumbnail in It Takes Two.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
we make a joke or experience about meeting Dan Avidan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
going back to our previous thumbnails, they used to have like a very specific and like designated style of thumbnail that they used to go with.
You mean like
Right.
this thumbnail?
Like this.
Yeah, like that.
Like this amazing thumbnail that they had that tells us
Yeah,
a lot
like,
of
what
what's
the-
going on? Yeah.
Yeah. I get to see both the people who are playing it. What number of the series is on, what game it is, the main character of the game doing something.
It even has like the logo of the game in there too. That's
And
super neat.
probably the joke highlight of the episode.
Yeah, either the joke of the episode or like where they're at. Like maybe they're at
Yeah.
the frog section of like the frog section of the game is after you beat the area.
Yeah,
You sign the
that's a
frogs.
yeah.
But it also could just be the joke, or it could like. But we understand that like it's the 73rd episode of the series, so it's later in this. It's later in the game.
Yes.
It's this game. They probably primarily play as Deku, or like are just like sticking around
Yeah.
for a really long time like that.
Yeah.
And we understand that it's Aaron and Dan because of like their face, so
Yeah.
that helps us tell us that it's Game Grumps.
Also, the
Yeah.
background is really nice too. Like the pink and to orange gradient
Mm.
on the halftone looks
Well,
really
yeah.
good. It's
That, like-
really pretty.
That,
Plus,
like,
the sunburst is nice.
That like circle anti-circle thing that they have in their background
Yeah,
has been
Yeah.
their
Yeah,
staple
like the
background for years.
carbon fiber. Yeah.
yeah. The halftones. Yeah, it's like comic book style halftones.
Yeah, they've had that
Yeah.
style for years on.
Yeah.
And then they decide to put out things like this now.
Yeah, shit
Yeah.
like that.
Like their Sonic Heroes thumbnails too, very similarly, are like this, and I couldn't find an upload of the video I was looking for in their Sonic the Hedgehog Sonic Hero series because there was no indicator that it was even going to be Game Grumps.
Right.
Like I don't think
Right.
any of their faces were on it. I think it was like they had like some like weird thing put together, and I was like, this is their thumbnail.
Yeah, but I think this is shit. I think this is great.
Yeah.
And like, there's just so much more better here. Like maybe it's not necessarily telling me a story, but it's at least telling me information.
Yeah.
This is just things thrown on a screen.
Right. And I see so I think the key thing to remember too is like we think like artistically, right, that the second thumbnail is better than this first one, but YouTube as an algorithm will push this thumbnail more.
Yeah,
Because and this is important because it has Dan's face on it.
it has a face on
It has a face on
which
it.
is like so dumb because
Which-
people are more likely to click on things that have faces.
Right.
It's just like one of the like nuances of some reason.
Right. So the way to kind of correct the second thumbnail, if we were to go to there, just put real life Aaron and real life Dan's faces in there.
Mhm.
Like they could just be floating heads, and that would work fine.
Yep.
And that they're just like making a silly face, and they can make different faces all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
and that makes it simple.
and so like we can talk about the ways to fix this thumbnail. So one of the main ways to fix this thumbnail is give it a number.
Is throw it away.
Sure.
Throw it out.
But give it a number.
Just throw it out. Yeah, give it a number.
Give us a better understanding of what's happening in the episode. So like this May is from a cutscene.
Yes.
It has to be. It's way too high res to not be from. And this is not from a cutscene. Or at least it's not from a cutscene with any. But like I don't even know what like this blue-green background thing is because this isn't a part of the episode.
No, they color graded it. So what it looks like here is they cropped out the character and the characters, and they just said, "Hey, I'm gonna put this cool like color effect on it," which like the colors are kind of gross when they're put together.
Like I don't even know where they are. Like I can't from the.
I can't distinguish where they are either because they blurred it.
Right. So the main things they would have to do to really, it would be like add a number, possibly add to Aaron in somewhere. Want to leave a face, fine. Put both of their faces on it.
Yeah.
But then like also just like I need something else that tells me where you story.
Right.
Which I mean, if this is the first episode you guys have the weapons, then that works.
Yeah.
But I also I need something that also tells me that it's game rooms.
Right.
Here, the thing that told me it was game rooms is like them, right? Like if anybody else used those two things, they would immediately get contacted by. But also like the background. This is a very like, and I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see me, but their background is like very well like established.
Yeah. So if I was to fix their first thumbnail, what I would do, is I would probably remove May from the thumbnail. I would unblur Cody and superimpose Aaron or Dan's face on Cody. Probably Dan's face on Cody because he's playing Cody. And I would put the number probably on the top left, but like underneath, like underlining the goo shooting, I would write shooting goo or shoot my goo or something like that they say in this episode, like that. Like it's shooting my goo or shooting your goo, just shoot your goo. So then we get the joke. Right, we don't lose the joke that they want to push for this episode. We understand where we are in the series, and we still get to see Dan's face somewhat, so we get to see a real person's face, and we get the context of the game. And they could keep the color. I would actually remove this color grade on it because it doesn't make any sense.
No,
I don't know
who's green and blue. Just like it's gross.
It's just a neon color. What do you say, Marcus?
It's just I was gonna say it just looks gross.
It looks bad.
Yeah. And if you were to even zoom it out, it just still looks bad. Like I can go on YouTube right now, look at this thumbnail, and be like, I can't tell what I'm looking at.
All right, let's get off game rooms. Let's take a look at this lovely.
Okay.
So once again, my biggest thing is it tells me what's going on without having to read a title. It also tells me who it's by because it's got their logo.
Yeah. Yep.
Artistically, it's a little flat. Right? There's not a lot of color going on. Nothing really pops off.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's fine. I don't know what.
The hardest part, I think, here is when it is scaled down, how readable is that logo in the bottom left?
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's pretty
readable. I think maybe if like I don't know like what this channel's like theming is, but if like they keep that like that color scheme, I'm pretty sure you could figure it out at like low res, I think.
It's pretty good when probably it's scaled down.
Like the red like definitely like catches my eye for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good scaled down. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is a theory video based off of like how did they figure it out? The Marauders map, and it's got the two whomever.
This is from the Super Carly Brothers. Do a lot of fandom stuff. They have a
Oh
really
yeah,
big
the Carlin
community.
Brothers.
They do a lot of Harry Potter. They do a lot of like, they do a lot of.
They do, yeah. They
They
do
made
some
their-
like Disney theories
They
too.
made their big breaks on Harry Potter stuff. They do a lot of Pixar stuff. They do some Disney stuff. But they like take all of the fandoms you really love and just kind of incorporate them into their works. They do a lot of theory videos. They do like trivia battle videos where like their two brothers will talk about trivia stuff. But yeah, so like, but you understand what's going on here. Makes it really. I just wish it was a little bit more eye poppy, but like at the same time.
Yeah. It kind of stands out because it doesn't stand out, right? Like there aren't too many flashy colors that are popping in your face, which is what you'll see in a lot of YouTube videos thumbnails now. So like their lack of like flashy colors and just like vibrance is going to stand out amongst the slew of thumbnails that show up, depending on what kind of content you subscribe to as well. Like if you subscribe to different Let's Play channels like Game Grumps or Markiplier or whatever, you're going to see a lot of vibrant colors. And then if you have this channel on top of that, this one's going to stand out a lot more. And you're probably more than likely to click it because it's different from the sea of the same.
Right. You know, you forgot to mention one up in that listing, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Marcus, any final thoughts?
I apologize.
What was that?
Any final thoughts before I move on to the next one? I hate Discord.
You're doing fine.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I think I think I'm good for the next. Yeah, let's see.
All right, so what is going on here? Best guesses.
Marcus, you take the wheel first. I feel like I've been guessing a lot first.
I want to say this has something to do with computer stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a coding video.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I get from this.
It's a coding video. It says it right in the top left. It says code P5JS.
Yeah.
I don't know why he put code exclamation point. Oh, I get it. Never mind. Don't listen to me. This was just
I'm
like
guessing it's a coding joke.
No, well, P5.js is a type of coding language.
Gotcha.
But the reason I pulled this was because it's a really vibrant thing, but it also touches on that whole idea of like you have to have a face in your video.
Yeah.
To be fair, this also is a tutorial video, right? So this isn't a
Right.
like YouTube like a gaming video or like a theory video or like a talking to the screen video that we typically have talked about, right? All the other ones so far have been those types of videos. This is more like educational based.
Right.
And like it talks about variables, but like this image has nothing to do with variables. So it like kind of misses the mark, but it also talks about like the main thing he's going to talk about. But really the main reason I pulled it out was the vibrancy of it. Fact that he still put his face in it. Because that's how YouTube now depicts good thumbnails.
Right. Yeah, and I mean like there's good stuff here. Like it works, right? Like it's not super over the top. There isn't a lot of like randomness going on. The mouse X mouse Y, I don't understand, but I also am not like looking for tutorial videos myself about coding.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, I could go into it, but I'm not going to. But he talks about mouse X and mouse Y in the video, which are variables. So it like ties back into the title. But anyway,
yeah.
But yeah, so based on the things I was talking about pulling out, it's on it.
Yeah, I guess specifically, I don't know if this is like a general like variables video or if this is like specific about something with variables. I think a little specificity would be nice to have, like how to blah 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 with variables, or
yeah,
how
especially
to
if
use
it's
variables, or blah blah blah.
yeah,
blah, blah.
especially if it's like educational, like usually like how to like stuff should be in the thumbnail. I think that's what like would be more eye popping and eye catching,
and just like informative, right?
And I
is the
100%
thumbnail.
agree. This is technically a part of a series that he's redoing, but yes, he should have something in here that explains that it's a how-to tutorial.
Yeah, and like this, if it's a part of a series of tutorials, like a modular, like be like module 1 or like whatever, just to kind of so we know what step we're at.
All right, we're gonna go take a look at the worst thumbnail on this list now. It's my thumbnail from like 4 years ago.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot of the same thing going on. It's legitimately the same image 3 times. This is my most well done video with 1,000 views.
Really? I see your mascot, like
old school mascot,
old school mascot. But yeah, like this is terrible. Like I hate this. I hate it, but I also like it because all of the other ones so far for this series have been the one screen, because it's a phone game, but it's the one screen with like some random bullshit background that like I found. So like this is like better than those, but it's still bad because there's just so much going on. And I have no idea what I you know how I wouldn't have done it, you know how I would fix this thumbnail? Not upload that video. It's just a bad video. It's like a bad video too. It's just like, oh,
really? That's interesting.
And it has the most views. I think the creator of Edevolve took my video and embedded it somewhere. And because I gave him permission to do that, he asked. And I was like, yeah, you can do whatever. It's your it's like it's your game. I'm just playing it for fun.
Yeah.
But
that's why it's getting all these views, because people who look at Evolve, Evolve,
like seeing school stuff.
Yeah, this thumbnail like is a little
so bad.
It doesn't it basically does all the things that we talked about for the best thing that it does is tell us what game it is. And who is on it.
Although, it's I feel like you could just done like one of those icons, except just like I don't know, like superimpose it, just because of the fact you have like the same screenshot like 3 times in there.
Well, so this was before the day of like people doing that thing with their phones where they have their phone and then in the background is the same image that's super big.
Yeah.
Which would be probably what I would do now if I were to do it again as my thumb. But like back then that wasn't a did. It's like this is bad.
But like but like even now, like what you could do with it too to make it fun would be like the picture of LQ and he's holding the phone and it has that screen on it, like it has the screenshot on it and it's of LQ like in a background, like just like in his like generic background of the channel, like some sort of halftone or something that's like there.
But that's much
that's
more
it.
Of a like new age thing that like I could think of. There's also me from like 5-6 years ago where I like to
exactly. You'll get to see a lot of people change different. Yeah, and you didn't have a lot of time to make a thumbnail, so like this was probably what you were able to make in a day.
I mean, it's thumbnails. I remember. Being like, it's great, it's beautiful. Moving on. The video's got to go up in 10 minutes.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, all right. Let's. I don't. Let's look at some movie trailer ones, and I'll jump to the next movie.
Oh god, that text for the Disney Plus logo.
The text is rough. Nothing is outlined, so it's very hard to see what's going on with text.
Official trailer is easy to see. Luca is easy to see, but anything related to Disney is tough to see. So like Disney Pixar in the top left, especially at how small it is, you can't see it. The Disney Plus logo might as well not even exist because you can't see it. The only thing I can see is the arc from the Disney Plus, and that's it.
They should have just picked like a different screenshot from the trailer if they really wanted to include all these.
I don't even think that they just need to add a drop shadow. That's all they need to do.
Something behind the Disney Plus.
Yeah, they just could have put a drop shadow in behind it, and it would have made it visible.
They could have outlined everything in black.
They could have outlined everything in black. You know, that also would work. You know.
Actually, I kind of think of it. I think there's like a little bit of like a gradient on the original screenshot, like where like the official trailer is. If not, that might just be like the lower lighting. I can't tell.
No, that's the lighting. It's all the same color white.
Yeah, I think it's the lighting of the movie of the still.
Yeah, Like,
But otherwise, like, yeah, I get it. It's the movie, it's the trailer, and it's a screenshot of the movie. These are our protagonists and our two main characters.
movie trailers get to break so many different rules, like we talk about, because
Yeah.
they're movie trailers. And they don't matter.
They don't follow the same rules at all. It's a whole
Yeah.
different level.
I would now like to show you the next movie trailer, but I have to go backwards through the list so that I don't run into.
Okay.
Oh, I can't go backwards. Okay, there we go. This is the other movie trailer I pulled out.
I don't even know
Okay.
what movie this is supposed to be.
I don't know either.
I have no fucking clue either. I honestly,
But somebody just re-uploaded the trailer.
I think so. What the hell is that logo
That's
right there?
somebody's
that's-
YouTube
that's like the
logo.
official trailer for them. I'm pretty sure. I'm
Is that
pretty
the
sure that's-
official, like, the
I'm pretty
company's
sure that's, like, the
trailer? That's the
company's
official
trailer.
Is it really?
That's a
so
really
fucking
terrible
sad.
logo for a movie company.
I don't know. But this was like official, like, trending movie trailers.
Well,
Because I like went into
It's
trending and I pulled out
trending
the trailer.
because there is a face on it.
Yeah. That's
Because otherwise,
exactly
I have
what
no
it was.
idea what this movie is. This
Uh,
forces me to look at the title and read the text of the title, which I don't like to do. I only like to look at pictures and click on the pretty pictures. And that's what anybody on YouTube likes to do because
so-
we're all simple-minded.
So this is from Why Women Kill season 2. It's technically a TV trailer. But it's
How would I even know
still-
that from this?
yeah.
Right,
What?
that's exactly the point. You have no idea what's going on here. And
I've never even heard of that show. It's not even a popular show as
No,
far as I
It's
know.
not. And for
I
some
mean,
reason
even
it's
if-
on trending.
Even if like you knew like who this actress was that's in this picture, it's like I don't who could this actress be starring in? Really, she could be starring
Yeah,
in
and
like
what is she
anything.
doing?
She's laughing, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean she's
that's
laughing.
like that's it.
All right. I think I made the point I wanted to make about
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
and their face bullshit.
By the way, I think I know what thumbnail you were talking about.
Yeah, because it probably flashed. You probably saw it. Anyway,
It flashed for like half a frame, and I saw it.
this is just once again reiterating the fact that like big stars can put just their face and then like name their place, right?
But like, I also understand what's happening. He's playing Mario Maker 2. Some bullshit is happening in the background, and he's like, "What the fuck am I playing right now?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I get
exactly, exactly.
The only,
I get
thing, the
that.
only thing
For this game, it works.
the only thing I will say is that like his face is like kind of where the timestamp would be, but I think he could get away with it just a
His
bit
mic
because
would be more where the timestamp is, I think, or maybe like the bottom of his chin.
Honestly, you guys say that, and whenever I go onto YouTube now, it automatically like plays a preview of the video
So now you can't see it anymore.
before like almost exactly before like I'll stop the scroll and then it'll just start playing the
Yeah,
and it's like cool. I want
That's
to
a
look at the
mobile
thumbnail.
feature.
And it's like
yeah,
it is a mobile feature. You can also get that same feature by hovering over the thumbnail.
yes, with your mouse.
Anyway, but yeah,
Yeah.
so just this, to really hone the same fact, I like the layout of it, right? But like, I like the layout of a lot of these. I like them.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You picked them for a reason.
Let's talk about this, for like a second. Who do you think the immediate demographic is for this?
Minecraft kids.
children. Yeah.
Children.
It's children.
Yeah, you got bright colors.
It's got
You got
bright
the
colors.
big expressive eyes.
Big expressive eyes. Lots.
It's
of
Minecraft.
It's Minecraft. It's Minecraft.
It's
Uh,
Minecraft. That's all you need for it to be children. But these are Minecraft YouTubers. All of them,
Mhm.
like, we may not know who they are, but the kids and the people that subscribe to these Minecraft YouTubers know that these are their characters, and that an SMP server is like their big collab server or collaboration studio server.
This was
Yeah, everyone's doing SMPs nowadays.
And this is the
Yeah.
new like SMPs.
Yeah.
This was like from their announcement trailer.
I was gonna.
Yeah,
Although I will say, what the hell is that username that's up there?
That is the name of the SMP server.
How do you pronounce that?
it's Afmao.
Afmo?
It's probably like Afmao or
Get in the
Afmoo or something.
comments. Tell us how it's pronounced.
yeah.
That's my new like favorite like screaming.
it just looks like a
Get in the
mess.
comments now.
But yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but it works for like children. Obviously, like if we knew who these people were, it would work really well because it's 5 identifiable people. I
can't even say it either. What did you do to me?
Identifiable.
Thank you.
Identifiable.
That's why
Thank
you're
you.
People, and honestly, anyone who plays Minecraft who watches these people would know exactly where they're talking.
And it's simple. Like the layout's really nice. It plays on just rule thirds really nicely, so you don't even need to worry about it. Everything's centered and symmetrical. It's all balanced out and weighed very nicely. So
Yeah,
this is a grade A thumbnail right here.
Grade A
like,
thumbnail. And I mean, like, there's also like 2 layers of. So this is something that like most people probably won't see, but there's 2 layers of strokes.
Yeah.
Which what that helps with is it helps blend in with the background of the thing that it's with, but also makes it pop out, which is like kind of counterintuitive.
Yes.
But basically, it helps separate out your colors from the background color, so it helps.
Right.
And anyway, the only thing I could say about that is like I would make the second stroke smaller, but like that's just like, oh man, I'm picking out shit out of my teeth.
That's really nitpicky. Yeah, it's because
super
otherwise it's fine. It looks good otherwise.
It's fine anyway.
Yeah,
it still achieves the thing it's trying to achieve.
Yeah, it's like they have like an anime outline, and then it's outlined with a YouTube outline, which is kind of cool.
It's also helpful for like, and this is just another design. So like some of the things that it's outlined, you can really see the black, and then some of them you can really see the white because of what's in the background of it. It's kind of what it's also there.
Yep.
Let's look at Nintendo's trailer. This is a real thumbnail that Nintendo put out for a Switch trailer.
I'm assuming it's a Switch Lite trailer, but that's really about it.
It's a Nintendo Your Way trailer. So it's like a
I don't know what they're trying to promote with this.
Again, I must say that like the Switch that she has in her hand, it's like kind of where like the time marker would be.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So here's the main problem.
So it's kind of obscuring like what they're trying to promote.
It more seems like they're promoting her than they're promoting the actual Switch, because the Switch isn't even in focus.
Nah, no.
Like it's nowhere near where your eyes are drawn in the thirds. Like it's on the bottom right.
It's also extremely creepy.
Yeah, it is. Like she's just like staring at me.
Like if this didn't have the Nintendo here, this would just be a really creepy picture of a girl.
Yeah, like that somebody like took a picture of a child and posted it on the internet, and it's like this is a little
creepy.
Yeah, like this is a little I need to call to the police kind of vibes, you know?
Critically
she looks like she's being held hostage right now. Like, why is she not looking at her Switch? Was she even playing?
Oh, hold on, we gotta do critically speaking, this is a bad thumbnail because it doesn't have any differentiation between the subject and the background. Everything is kind of mute, and it's a terrible critiqued photo because you shouldn't be taking pictures of little girls and putting them as your thumbnails. Got that out of the way for legal reasons, because Nintendo, out of everybody here we're doing this to, would probably try and fucking sue us.
Yeah, for having their thumbnail up. Yeah,
having their thumbnail.
Because we're genuinely like critiquing this thumbnail. Like it gives no information about what the content is supposed to be about. I only know that it's a Nintendo Switch because I can see it there, but on a smaller screen, it's going to be even harder to see that that's a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
it could be a Game Boy Advance, like for all I know. Like,
I'm actually curious what this actually was for. Because I say it was a Nintendo Life, but it could.
It must be for the Lite.
I would imagine it's for the Lite because that's what she's holding. But
not the Nintendo Lite, the Nintendo Life, or like Nintendo Your Way.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
It's the Nintendo Switch My Way. This is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser Fury.
Really?
You get none of that here. That's a terrible thumbnail.
This is
not Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
It's just a little girl.
Like I could see, like if they wanted to do an over the shoulder where it's on the system, that would be a much better way to do it.
Yeah, like what?
Or like kids like jumping up and doing like the Mario jump, and then there's also Mario and Luigi like next to them, like in the middle, like
Mario and Bowser Jr.
Mario and
Yes,
Bowser
yeah.
Jr. or something, like just something, like Cat Mario, like if you had the
This is
kids
bad.
going up like this and like Cat Mario also going like this, like in the middle. Fine, I get it.
Yeah.
That's the move. That's the play.
It's
But a
just
picture of a random 11-year-old girl, 8-year-old girl,
Ryan, why do you know
like
her age? That's a little creepy.
I'm
man.
making an
No,
assumption.
I know. I'm just.
But, like, But like just having a random photo of a child and then the little like flip note tag of Nintendo. That doesn't work. Not for what you're trying to
it
promote.
does
I'm
not
sorry.
work. It does
That's
not
not
work.
that's not the
This is a
thumbnail.
bad thumbnail for a trailer.
It's a bad thumbnail, but it is a good photo.
It's a great.
Yeah.
photo.
That's a
Yeah.
good photo.
It is a little washed out. It is a little like
A little bit.
same tone from the background.
Yeah.
I just don't know why she's just not staring at the screen, just staring at the camera.
It's like her dad came over and is like, "Hey, do you want to take this photo?" And she's like, "Dad, I'm trying to play Mario plus Bowser's Fury.
I'm trying to play Mario.
Don't embarrass me."
All right, let's go take a look at the next one.
I watched this video today.
Game theory.
Yeah, I watched this video. I watched this video today and got real sad at the end.
Yeah, because it's a two-parter.
Because it's a two-parter, and I was like, "Fuck you."
I'm like, also, I get it.
Yeah, I get it too. So, like I've been saying, this tells a great story. I understand 100% what's going on. What level is Pikachu? Is by
That's
game.
all you need. It's an extension of the title. It's translating the title verbatim, basically. What level is Pikachu? And you know it's game theory because the font,
logo.
the color of the text, and the logo's peeking out behind Ash.
But they've also like got into a status where they can kind of do that like New York Times thing where they obscure their logo and it still works.
Yeah.
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 So I think it works really well.
I like how the background is kind of blurred out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. They've got
And it's also from
the
the anime. Like that's straight up from like the first season of the anime.
I don't
The
think
first episode, I think, too.
I don't think that's actually Pikachu from the anime.
No, that background is though.
Oh, that background, yes.
I think
picture
the
of Ash
character
is-
drawings are actual artist renditions that they have of people on staff. Because that is not an on-model Pikachu. The hands are a little too
That
skinny.
is on model of Ash, isn't it?
Is it, though? It looks like it's from, like, the very first episode. Or at least, like, Ash's face is.
It might be really just a really well done drawing too.
We're really well done.
They definitely so they might have taken like a picture of Ash and then just redrew the facial features.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It kind of looks like a redrawing.
That's probably more realistically what they did was because the eyebrows definitely art from the anime.
Yeah. Those are like stock photo eyebrows too.
Those are their like, hey, I'm adding these eyebrows on for character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway,
And probably along with the lines and the
we
sweat.
can talk about like how they designed it, whatever, but I think it works really well as that. Which is
It tells me exactly what I need to know.
Yeah, it tells me exactly.
Oh, so where is his trademark gloves? I just noticed that.
Yeah, he doesn't have the gloves on.
No gloves, no glove, no love, Pikachu.
Hey,
Hey,
I recognize this one.
So this is Ryan's thumbnail
God.
from his best video that is not Pokeology.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, I did research for this episode of the podcast.
I know.
I did work.
I was actually very proud of this thumbnail after I made it.
I think it's balanced.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that thing that we have talked. It does a little bit because it has the text that spells it out for us. But like without the text, it really doesn't tell me exactly what's going on. But that's also because I don't know Pokemon as well. Discord, I see you not sending my text, my words, and I'm gonna fucking murder you. Did it again. I can't.
What's
like
funny
how
is
we
the stream can
visual-
hear you too.
I like we can like see him visually get frustrated, but like for us, it's just like he's just like might make it hard.
I think muting and unmuting myself just helped fix it.
Yeah.
I think. All right, cool. I've got a new way to do it where I don't have to disconnect anymore.
Cool.
It's really well balanced. I don't know Pokemon as well as like say other people do, so I wouldn't know this is the trial captains from the Aloha region. I know that's like a anyway. Because I like anyway.
Yeah.
But like, I think it does like with the text, it tells me what's going on. You're obviously talking about the trial captain, 18 trial captain, or like
Yeah. So this was a theory video.
Yeah.
That I came up with that nobody else had really covered. So back when they were announcing the Alola region in Generation 7, Pokemon Sun and Moon, they had released the trial captains and they talked about these and they said that these are on the first on one island of the of like the trial captains. And so I took it as they were doing a trial captain for every single type that existed in the series, which at the time was 18 types.
Honestly, that would have been amazing.
And they kind of do it. They kind of do it. It's just they then like said, okay, there's like the trial captains, and then there's the Kahunas, and then there's the Elite Four, which also kind of makes up the Kahunas. So they kind of, in essence, did come up with 18 trial captains. But the big draw of this was that there was going to be 18 trial captains and 18 trials. So there was going to be like 18 gyms. And so I thought this game was going to be huge because we only got to see 2 of the islands, I think, at this point, or 1 of the islands at this point. And it's like, this is not the full region.
But I think.
But yeah,
back to
thumbnail perspective. Thumbnail
works.
perspective. We get the trial pictures of the trial captains. Obviously, what it's about based off the title. And there's some iconography from the channel.
In the background. I would say, is there some stuff from the channel in your background? Because I don't.
Yeah, so like though you see those like little like blue like circly things.
Yeah,
those were during that design period and time period of my channel, where I was doing stuff like more techie based off like Pokken Tournament.
The only thing I would like to see is that forward, like your logo is more.
I agree.
Yeah.
And at the time I did not know how to do that. Now I do.
Other than that, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It worked for the time that it was put out, because it was put out like 8, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since this video came out. And a big thing on my channel too that I did, and I still kind of do, is I put a frame around my videos. Because I just think it looks nicer, presents nicer on YouTube for me. So I do that on a lot of my videos, actually.
This was just like a highlighted trending thumbnail I pulled.
I'm assuming it's like 33 kills in some game.
I wrote the name of this image as some first person shooter.
Yeah.
I have no idea what game it's from.
Yeah, it could be just like any shooter, really.
It's just like their reaction to some gun. At least that's what the video reads to me.
Is it?
It's like some guy reacting to some gun, but it goes back to the idea of like YouTube favors people
faces.
Yeah.
Over people who put work into their
right. So like for this, I see that it was pushed because his face is on it and he's reacting. What I gather from it is that he's playing some first person shooter, of which I do not know, which I would probably get from the actual title of the video. But I see that he has 33 kills in a row with some sniper.
Right.
And that's about it. Yeah. Exactly. And he's just like, I can't believe that I managed to do this.
Right, that's also with the understanding that that's how that game counts kills, but I think that's the sky from Fortnite, and that is not the font they use to count kills in Fortnite.
Yeah, it's not. If this is Fortnite, this is the worst Fortnite thumbnail I've ever seen.
I think
it does not tell me anywhere that it's Fortnite.
It might be from like COD or something. I don't know.
That's what I would think. It's from like CS:GO or like
let me see.
Even TF2. Like I would say it's TF2 more than it's Fortnite.
Either way, it's really. Let me see if I can find it.
Design wise, it's good. It just like as a structured piece of art, but like as a thumbnail for a video of the game, of which I have no idea.
Yeah, at least like get rid of the gun and get some like iconography of like the game that he's playing.
They could put the gun of the from the game in, and I think that would work. If this is the gun from the game, first off, that's a very detailed render of a gun.
Yes.
That I don't see in any video game ever. But yeah, like it's just like
Yeah, because I cannot tell you what freaking game that's from.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
I like his use of anime lines though. Like he's got the anime
Yeah.
Oh
like
yeah.
shock. That's pretty cool.
I want to say it wasn't Fortnite. It was some like newer game. Can't
Yeah.
find it on my phone because on my phone it keeps giving me recommended based on what I watched. Where if I do it on YouTube itself, I can look it up by trending.
Mm.
Why? I don't freaking know.
See.
YouTube just doesn't want me to be able to look at trending thing. Alright, we got two more. I think two more? Maybe one more. I've got this one.
Okay.
So it's a good thumbnail in general, right? It doesn't tell me
Good basic thumbnail, yeah.
it doesn't tell me who it's for. It doesn't tell me
Mhm.
what's going on. It doesn't give me a story.
Yep.
But this also is a newer game, so a lot of people might not want that kind of stuff, where it's like
Yeah.
what's happening in the game. But it's also not a game that has it has a story, but it's not a linear story, because it's Subnautica.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how this one plays differently. If it has like a more linear story. But I get that it's Subnautica Below Zero, and if I saw a creator that I'm subscribed to posted that, depending on who the creator was, because there's no iconography to let me know who made that. Unless there is, and I can't tell.
Nope. There's
Yeah.
also this creator doesn't have typical iconography.
Yeah.
Weird.
Because what would be cool, right, if they did have iconography, a really good artistic way to put it onto this thumbnail, replace the tattoos on this person's face with like their iconography.
Yeah.
Or just slap it in like the bottom left corner.
And you could just put it in the corner somewhere.
So, would you like to know whose video thumbnail this is?
I feel like it's like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye.
Damn, man, you're so good. Jacksepticeye.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
wow. Wow,
He's one of those people that
Jacksepticeye?
doesn't need his face on a video.
He legitimately could put like a picture of dog poop as his thumbnail, and it would be great.
He could put a green screen with a potato on it
Yeah.
for like Resident Evil 8, and he would get 1 million views.
Yep.
Because it's Jacksepticeye.
Jacksepticeye.
He's a brand that people know already.
Yeah.
Um.
Top of the morning to you, laddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That. Fucking flies, man.
It's spring.
It's gotten like so much warmer in the last like few days, and now there's like every so often there's just like one fruit fly, and it's like, dude, where did you come from?
How did you get here?
All right, last one.
There's the face.
There's the face, but
There's-
this is also technically telling a story.
There's a can.
Is he pouring Gatorade or coolant on a fan? Like a
Is that what
CPU
that?
fan?
Yeah, I was about to say, is that inside a PC?
He is pouring
fuck?
water.
Or is that Monster?
No, he's pouring water.
No, that's
They've
not
just-
Monster.
They've just like really exuberated,
Saturated it, yeah.
But they saturated all the colors, so they popped on their screens. But he's pouring water through through a cooler that's attached to a CPU.
It's just a weird angle to be showing that, though. Because he's
Well-
doing it like over his head, kind of.
That's the back of the computer. Like that's if you like look at your tower, it's not
Yeah.
it's not the inside of the tower, it's the outside of the tower from the back.
Yeah.
Regardless, the video is about like this weird design CPU attaches, like motherboard that attaches to the back. Regardless, the thumbnail design of it tells me what's kind of going on. He's obviously water cooling
hmm
a fan, but there's also a really techie trailer. So this wouldn't make any sense to somebody who's not a tech head. Right?
Right.
If we had a non-tech person here, they'd be like, he's pouring water on something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it took me a second to realize that it was a fan, right?
Mhm.
Like I was like, this is a cooling system to a computer, I guess. Because it doesn't. But like, this thumbnail also seems like it's misleading. Because it looks as if like you can't actually put like that's not how a CPU fan normally is. So it looks like it's misleading in that he's pouring water onto the computer, but like the video isn't going to be about him pouring water onto a computer when it probably is.
The video actually is about him. He pours water like that for 30 seconds of the video, and then the rest of it is about him submerging his fans.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, you're right. It's clickbaity.
It's very clickbaity.
This company also believes in the philosophy of and I talked about this really early, but your title is the explanation of your thumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your video, so the way that it works is like your thumbnail is the most important thing, and then your title explains your thumbnail, and your video explains your title that just explains, which is like a backwards way from like how we think.
Right, but it works when you're like looking at the video in full, right? When you take the thumbnail itself, it's like I don't understand what's happening here.
Correct. Right. But that's a part of
which
the problem.
I feel like you should be able to take the thumbnail, show the thumbnail, and people will know what that is.
Part of the problem now is that thumbnails, they disappear so quickly from people scrolling on their phones, which is, I think, how the majority of people consume YouTube is by scrolling on their phones. Is that by the time like someone can look at your thumbnail, it's already started playing your video. So it's almost like you have to have like something interesting in the first like 4 seconds of your video now. Anyway.
Or like you put your thumbnail in the beginning of the video and transition into the video, which would be cool for like a tech channel could do something like that, or a type of channel could do that where they make the thumbnail almost animated, right? You kind of make a animated thumbnail because of the way the video is.
Yeah,
and then you know you've clicked on the right video.
Yeah, and then you transition to the rest of the video.
Yeah. I'd like to experiment with that. I think that'd be cool.
But anyway. That's it. That's all the thumbnails I had. The last thumbnail here is the weird.
Yeah.
Let's close that out. Get back to our. Let's finish this up. But yeah, thanks for talking with me about thumbnails. Obviously, we have some like instant insights into like what's going on, and maybe we have some better insights to the transition right here in train whistles. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had some really good insights onto like what makes and doesn't make a thumbnail and all that other fun stuff that goes along with it. Any final thoughts on thumbnails before we conclude?
I'm excited to get to work on making some thumbnails and concept art after looking at some stuff that I'm like really happy with. Like I've already started working on a mock-up thumbnail for Pokeology, actually, because I've been working on that series for a while and figuring out how I want to bring it back. And so I'm working on some mock-ups for that to see what I like design-wise better. Which I might pop over to our streamers and one up and be like, yo, I need some advice. What do y'all think?
Yeah. Don't forget to give me
other than that,
for next week.
Yeah, I gotta get those to you.
Just like a little friendly reminder that's recorded so that everyone.
Yeah, when my back starts acting like an accordion, I will totally get on that.
Yeah. Marcus, any final thoughts about thumbnails?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that like both me and the audience will definitely know the key difference between a good thumbnail and a bad thumbnail, which I'm hoping we got the point across.
Yeah.
I mean, also to kind of blanket ourselves, art is subjective, thumbnails are subjective, so like you might not 100% agree with what we've said, and that's fine.
I hope you agree with some of these Game Grumps thumbnails though, because like
really get on the
they're
Game Grumps really need to fix your goddamn thumbnail. Anyway,
yeah, they need to fix everything.
Get your shit together.
And like to kind of like piggyback off of that too is like I think what's also important, and I should have said this before, is what makes a good thumbnail doesn't necessarily mean what makes a working thumbnail. And what I mean by that is like, yes, your thumbnail can look great artistically, and yes, it stands out. But if it's not a thumbnail that YouTube is going to push out to creators, that video might as well not exist.
Yeah,
that thumbnail might as well not exist because that's like the really key component to making a really good thumbnail, is one that is artistically like well crafted and also fits within what the algorithm will push, and that's ever changing. So for content creators out there, need to make sure that you are paying attention to the trends and like what's going on with your favorite creators' thumbnails, because you may have a stock template of your thumbnail, but that might not work or be usable for like half of your series. So you have to be willing to just like change your style like of thumbnail on the ball.
Kind of to go into that, but like on the YouTube grander scale, YouTube recently changed their monetization rates from 10-minute long videos down to 8-minute long videos. Because I don't know, that's a weird like small adjustment. Or it was like maybe it was meant to like 7-minute videos, because big YouTubers on the platform are releasing smaller content. And they said, well, if the majority of the people are going to do that, that also means we can't make money, because that stuff isn't getting monetized. Anything you upload that doesn't get monetized, YouTube can't be profited off. YouTube can't profit off.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like,
So they need to change their
so
monetization length to be shorter.
To be shorter, which is just like everything changes with the content that is being created by the top 20.
Keep an eye on your elites that are on YouTube, and you'll probably be able to keep up.
Yeah.
It's just tough.
It's just a rough world.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess I got to do the minute recap.
Let's go.
I mean, first off, it's twice as much content as last time. Fun.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
We've had 2-hour recaps before.
I don't actually think this is the longest episode out of.
By probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I think the last one that went this long was the conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start my timer now. This is gonna be backwards for everybody. Hi. We started off today with talking about who we were. You know, we had a nice little jaunt about what's going on, who we are. You know, Marcus talked about his stuff, Ryan talked about his stuff. Then we got into talking about what kind of content we wanted to make, and Ryan talked about making more Pokeology stuff. And Discord is cutting out all of my audio for you guys. So Discord cut out my audio a whole bunch during the stream, and it's doing it again. It's great.
Oh no.
It's alright. Hello. Hi, hold on, I'm fixing it all.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, yikes.
Due to technical difficulties, LQ will not be making a physical appearance on stream today.
Neither of us are, apparently.
Yeah, none of us are. Hello, boy.
I'm fixing it. Hold on.
He's working on it. He's working on it. I don't know if they can even hear us now.
Oh, they can hear you.
You were just names.
You're just names.
Look, that's all you really need, right? This is our promotion.
Yeah, just the names. That's all you need.
Oh, I know exactly what.
Names in space.
We're not in space anymore.
Oh.
I stopped at 20 seconds, but I'm gonna turn that back to about. I'm gonna give myself like 5 seconds past.
Yeah, because you were yelling at Discord.
Yeah. Hi, welcome back to my own stream.
Your own stream.
All right. Play. Ryan talked about content he wanted to make, Pokeology, other type of one-off stuffy, not one-off stuffy, but like highlight stuff. Marcus talked about starting a YouTube channel, and then we talked for a really long time.
1 second.
About 5 extra seconds, guys. Now I've got 2 extra seconds. About thumbnail, and then we did this 1 minute recap. My freaking screen on Discord is freaking out. Okay, cool. What is it? 30
LQ
seconds
reflected
now?
by LQ, reflected by LQ.
All right, 30
Your
seconds.
monitor reflecting off of your phone and onto the camera.
So we started with introductions, and then we
Oh no,
talked about we started with introduction, then we talked about content. Ryan wants to do more Pokology stuff. Marcus just started a YouTube channel, or is getting ready to start a YouTube channel. Then we talked for a really, really, really long time about thumbnail stuff. We talked about some good thumbnails and some bad thumbnails. Mainly, Game Grumps needs to get their shit together. And then we talked, and then we had some really big technical difficulties during the middle of the recap. Doing pretty good.
Hey, Game Grumps, just to let you know, we do love you. We just
I just want you to be better.
We want you to be better.
And bring John back.
No.
No.
Terrible
That's a
suggestion.
terrible request.
All right, 10 seconds.
We love
Ready,
John, but yeah.
set, go. Okay, I got distracted.
Fly.
We did introductions. Ryan talked about wanting to do more Pokology stuff. Marcus, new YouTube things. Told the thumbnails for a long time. Game Guys got your shit together. We had some technical difficulties during the recap.
All right.
All right.
I feel like I know what the 1 second is gonna be.
What am I doing now? 5 seconds or 2 seconds?
5.
5 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, 5.
Introductions, YouTube stuff, thumbnails. Get your shit together. Ah! Okay. All right, 2 seconds. Oh no, I did a delete. Yeah, 2 seconds, right? 2 seconds the last one, or we do 1 second the last one? Which one?
1 second.
1 second. So I gotta do 1
Yeah.
second now. Let's do this 1 second.
Yep.
Gamers, get your shit together.
That's it.
Thank you all for being here.
I thought you were gonna say Discord, get your shit together.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, Discord.
Discord!
Yeah, Discord needs to get their shit together too. Thank you all for being here. Super appreciate it. Let's go out with this, and I'll play some music. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.